Hello guys, welcome to the Fourth Liners podcast, but today's episode is not actually a podcast. Jacob and I will be doing the Seattle expansion draft through Capfriendly, which actually has an amazing system set up where it will automatically protect the players based on popularity of who's going to get protected, and then we can go through all the teams and draft our players, and it tracks cap hit, it tracks positionally, like who you've taken. And yeah, it should be pretty fun. Now that the season's over, we can kind of start looking towards the NHL entry draft and even the expansion draft, which should be really crazy for a lot of teams.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting video. The draft is happening soon, so we're going to get this in right before it. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see who our favorite teams pick too as well. Toronto, Vancouver. It's a question mark for me, but we'll figure it out here. Capfriendly has a good setup here, like you said. And we'll get into it.
Yeah, we're just going to go through it and just kind of take who we think in the moment might be the best player. I'm coming at this with an angle of Seattle maybe wanting to load up on good young players who maybe have some potential that are kind of left out of the mix on their original team.
Yeah, that's the question mark to see if they want to be an actual playoff contender like Vegas was.
Yeah.
Right? If they're going to be another Vegas Golden Knight, or they're going to be a team that builds from this, with young players, like you said.
Yeah. How competitive do they want to be right off the bat? So we can get started here with the Anaheim Ducks. So all the players you see here are available to be picked. And players with the green expiry, it means that they don't expire next season. Now, from my understanding of the expansion draft, you are allowed to take players who expire this year, but that means you have their rights going into free agency? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. I don't know if teams like that idea, if they want to pick players that are expiring, but I think some players are worth it. And you give them a new contract.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's certain players that might want to come to Seattle and would be willing to sign because of the opportunity to play. Also, this list probably won't be 100% accurate because there's some teams, for example, the Tampa Bay Lightning, that will definitely be making trades and moves to be able to protect different players.
Oh yeah.
So for example, I did a dry run of this the other night, and they had Cernak available, and I was like, there's no way Cernak's going to be available. Tampa Bay will make room for Cernak.
Yeah, definitely. So, they'll get rid of a guy with more cap, I guess, because that's what they need, right?
So if we come across a player that's too good to be true, and we know that the team would be making moves to protect them, we won't take them.
No. Also, we're like I say in the other videos, we're not TSN analysts as much as we like to be, and we want the score to hire us. This is just two amateur hockey fans doing a mock draft. So if we do some outrageous picks,
I should be the GM of the Seattle Kraken. There's no question about it.
I totally agree with you. Co-GMs, first thing.
We could be co-GMs for the Seattle Kraken.
We'd win the cup in the first year.
At least advisors. Vegas who? Vegas who?
At least hire us on the bench. I'll open the door for the guys.
I'll pull the gate open. Okay, Anaheim Ducks. I'll tell you right now who I like on the Anaheim Ducks, and that's Jacob Larson. I think he's a steady defenseman. He's still young and he's signed. What do you think?
I like that pick. I mean, he's going to be nasty. He's already breaking out on the Anaheim Ducks and proving to be an important player on their team at 24 years old. He has a cheap contract for another year, and they don't have to re-sign him once they pick him. I think that's a great defenseman to start off with.
Hayden Fleury could also be a good pick, but I don't feel like he's going to reach his ceiling. And another good player is Adam Henrique. He's still good, but he's a little expensive, I think, especially for his age.
Yeah, he's in the 30s now, so yeah, Jacob Larson, like you said, Hayden Fleury, he was a promising guy a few years ago, but now I wouldn't really take the chance on him. Carolina already gave up on him, so why not give a chance with Jacob Larson that's 24 years old, left-handed defenseman? I'd take him any day.
Yeah, I definitely think Jacob Larson will be a steady defenseman.
Oh,
okay, yeah. Arizona Coyotes.
This is interesting.
This is a pretty empty roster, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree.
I think Antti Ranta might be one of the best goalies available, but he is so prone to injury and he's also not signed. But Adin Hill this season showed a fair bit of potential, so I like Adin Hill.
Yeah, so Adin Hill's a guy that I've been seeing in a lot of mock drafts. He's 25, and like with goaltenders in the NHL, they kind of break out once they're hit 25, 26 in the later years, and they just take time to develop. He's been in the AHL for a few years. He's coming up to play. I like this idea of picking Aiden Hill. I'm agreeing with every pick you have so far, Bryce. Like,
yeah. I think
sense.
Aiden Hill's a good pick. The rest of this team's pretty empty, man.
They're aging players.
Not much else here.
I mean, like some of the young guys, like you really don't know who they are. They're kind of no names. I think
Aiden Hill is a goalie who could definitely come into his own, and at least right off the bat, he's a very solid backup.
He's an RFA too next year, so he's not automatically a free agent, and he's not going to want a lot of money either. So that's a win-win. All right,
Boston Bruins.
Now this is a team that has a few players that I would like to go with. I think out of all these players, I think you go with the defenseman in this one. I think you take Mike Riley. I know he's expiring, but I think he has kind of proven, like on Boston this year, after being traded, that he is kind of a great player to pick. If not, I think going with a younger option is Zachary Senshin. He hasn't really, or you know what? I keep changing my mind. Forsbacka Carlson would also be a good pick. I think maybe you go with Forsbacka Carlson. Mike Riley and Senshin would be a good pick, but I changed my mind like 3 times there, Bryce. But
I like Lizot.
Lizot? Really? Okay, yeah, he's a good pick too. See, this is I'm confused with Boston.
Can you pull up his stats?
Lizot. I think he's been pretty decent. Zachary, right? Zachary or Jeremy?
Jeremy Lizot.
What's with me? I need my coffee. He doesn't put up the points, but he's been solid. I mean, he could be a guy that breaks out on the Seattle Kraken if he gets more minutes.
I like the Mike Riley pick. I do like the Mike in my dry run. I pick Lizot, but
okay.
But Mike Riley I think is also a very good option. Forsbacka Carlson, is he getting minutes in Boston?
I think that he's starting to. I think he's starting to play, and he's known to be a great prospect actually. And at 24 years old.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
You like JFK could be an interesting pick.
JFK. You need JFK on your team.
Do you want to go with JFK?
I think I'll go with JFK. That's one of the younger players that I go for. I mean, you could pick a guy like, I don't think David Krejci's going to the Seattle Kraken. I just don't think that makes sense for him. I think he should retire as a Boston Bruin. I think they'll make that happen.
Yep.
You look at the older guys, they have a little bit of cap on them, except like Sean Crowley and Chris Wagner, but I don't think you really benefit from taking any of those guys. But in this situation,
Trent Frederick, Curtis Lazar, they're not. I don't think they're a good move.
No, Trent Frederick, I'm pretty sure he's a fighter. He's a tough guy on the ice,
he's a bit of a grinder.
Yeah, he's more of a grinder, and I don't know if they're looking to build their team with that. I think JFK is a great young player to just start with the Boston Bruins. If anything, you pick a defenseman more than a forward. If you're going for older, and I think Mike Riley would be, I'm leaning towards, but I think JFK would be a great pick for them.
Okay. Buffalo Sabres.
What do you think, Bryce? This is tough for me. They don't really have a lot to offer.
Who?
Dustin Tokarski.
Jake Mccabe.
I think I've seen him go a lot of mock drafts. He's a solid defenseman there.
Solid defenseman, cheap. He's expiring, but they could re-sign him with the promise of good minutes, right?
Yeah.
Anything to get out of Buffalo. I think Jake McCabe, man. Like, I don't think Gergensons is great. Anders Bjork is all right. Okposo, absolutely never. Cody Eakin, that would be 2 expansion drafts for him.
That'd be insane.
Yeah, man. I think I like Jake McCabe here on Buffalo.
Yeah, like Jake McCabe, he puts up decent points, like 13 points for a defenseman, 14, 12, 20 points. He's a 20-point defenseman. Like he's been negative like almost every year, but that's because he's been on the Buffalo Sabres. He's a +2 this year, so I mean, give him more minutes on Seattle, and give him a different partners to play with, a better team. I think he'd be a good pick, and he's not too expensive either. And he's like, you can sign him to a cheap contract. Why not keep him, right? Or pick him.
Okay. Calgary Flames.
Calgary Flames. I've seen Oliver. How do you say his last name?
Shillington.
So this is it's so interesting how you say his name. I think he's a Swedish guy. So I don't know. I'm looking for the younger players, but maybe I should be looking at some older players because they do have to meet the cap hit.
Josh Levo?
I wouldn't mind Josh Levo in Seattle.
I don't know if Tanev is going to be exposed or not.
I don't think
Tanev
so.
is really good.
I think
Tanev is really good,
is
but
good.
He's injury prone.
He is, but I think they have faith in Tanev, and that was like one of their big signings in free agency last year. Don't think they're going to get rid of him just yet.
I like Levo. I think Levo can be a really effective middle six player when he's healthy.
Oh yeah, like he was.
But Shillington is a high risk, high reward player. I think if Shillington finds his game, he'd be really good.
Yeah, no, he would be. But I think you're right with Josh Levo. Like he was almost up and coming on Toronto, and then he went to Vancouver. I guess he didn't find his way there. He was good,
hurt, and then he got hurt.
It is always the injuries, That's a question mark.
Yeah.
But I think he maybe cracks the top 6 there just because it's a new team and maybe he benefits from being on a new squad in the NHL.
Absolutely.
Josh Levo's the guy for Calgary.
Okay, Carolina Hurricanes.
Brady Shea.
Brady Shay?
I'm a fan of Brady Shea. I mean, yeah, he has $5 million, but
Brady Shay's really good.
There's their cap that they kind of need. I think they need someone with cap, and he's not too old. He's still in his prime, basically, 27 years old. He isn't at the 30s yet. He's a pretty good.
What did he do last season?
Let's take a look. I mean, Brady Shea, I don't know if he is an offensive defenseman. I think he's more on the defensive side.
I think he's a two-way.
Yeah, I don't think he puts an insane amount of points, but Brady Shea. So I was kind of shocked when he got traded from the Rangers. This guy put up 39 points in 2016-17, and then he's put up a solid, consistent 25, 23 points in the NHL. I mean, he's kind of declined on the Carolina Hurricanes, but he's a plus player last year.
He's not playing. Look at how deep Carolina's defense is, right? Is he top 6 there or top 4? I don't know, but he's not top pairing like he was in New York. I think if you put Brady Shea on the top pairing, he can do something.
Yeah,
especially with an elite defenseman. I think he'd be the perfect piece to play alongside an elite defenseman.
Oh, he'd be dirty. He'd be dirty on beside an elite defenseman. But there's also a guy is very interesting here is Jake Bean. I think Jake Bean can be a contender.
Very interesting.
The thing is with this expansion draft, you don't know if they want to pick a guy that's expiring. I mean, if it's Jake Bean at 23 years old, that's the defenseman that still can develop. But I think in this situation, I would pick Brady Shea just because he's more developed, and I feel like he has proven himself in the past. And if he plays more minutes,
they're gonna want to compete. I feel like if Seattle doesn't at least make it close to the playoffs, I feel like they're gonna look at their first season as a failure if they don't.
Well, yeah,
because look at what Vegas did, right?
Well, I think that's the trend now for expansion.
I think Seattle's
teams.
gonna want to compete, man. And Jake Bean is gonna be a good player, I think. But Brady Shea is already good.
Yeah, Brady Shea is amazing.
They have Nedeljkovic unprotected. There's no way Nedeljkovic is unprotected.
Hell no.
I'm telling you that right now.
Hell no. There's no way.
I'm telling you that right now.
Any of the other goalies would go before Nedeljkovic. He's just.
They'll make a move.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
they'll make a move.
That's good. That's going to be a case for some teams as well. They're going to make a move just so some players don't get taken.
Yep.
But I think Brady Shea is the guy. I think they'll let Brady Shea go too, because just how deep their defensive core is, and they don't really need him in Carolina, but in Seattle they'll definitely benefit from him.
Definitely a benefit having him. Okay, Chicago Blackhawks.
So this is a team that's been struggling the past few years. So they have a lot more young guys on the team than they did in the past. I don't know if they protect guys like Henrik Borgstrom. I mean, he's a pretty young player on the team, but I don't think he is projected in mock drafts to go. I can see a guy like Calvin DeHaan. I mean, he's a veteran defenseman. He's a pretty decent defenseman as well. Or
I think I like Zadorov though.
Zadorov?
What does Zadorov's stats look like? He came from Colorado, right?
I don't think they're high stats, but I think he's a guy he's a shutdown defenseman for sure.
He's an RFA. He's younger. I feel like he could play really good as your 6th, 5th, or even 4th defenseman.
He actually puts up quite a bit of points. He's pretty good on Colorado. I mean, his penalty minutes are pretty high, but that's just because of his physical aspect, right?
Very physical player.
He's a plus player, and he has been for years.
Yeah, I think it's Nikita Zadorov.
I'll agree with you there. I'll agree with Nikita Zadorov. He's a great defenseman.
Assuming Chicago doesn't make moves to protect him.
Honestly, I don't think that's a guy that they protect. I think he's a guy that they kind of let walk just because they have, say, Henrik Borgstrom, or they want to keep some of their younger guys on the team. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air for the Chicago Blackhawks, but I think Zadorov is a good pick.
Yep. Colorado.
Not Saad. That'd be Saad if they lost Saad.
I like JT Confer.
Yeah.
But they have Ryan Graves available here. He's pretty good. But I think
I see them picking Graves. I mean, it's
if he's available.
If he's available, I don't know, because Graves has had a pretty good few years on Colorado, and he's been a contributor to their success the past few years, which has been amazing. Maybe they do pick a guy like JT Compher. I mean, he's 26, just like Graves, so it just depends if you want a defenseman or a forward here. But expand on your.
Would be good.
Yeah, I think so too.
What are JT Compher's statistics? I also have a hard time believing Colorado won't be able to protect Ryan Graves. Like I really struggle seeing Ryan Graves being available.
I think so too.
Essential, isn't?
I think they scratch their heads if they just let him go. I mean,
exactly.
Sorry, I keep cutting you off, Bryce. Like this, it happens.
You're good.
It happens every podcast.
I'm thinking. Okay, can you pull up JT Compher's stats?
I have it right here, and he's actually a steady 30-point guy. So
I mean, on a deep Colorado team too. Like I don't know where he plays, but I don't think it's first or second line. It's definitely not first.
No, he doesn't. I mean, I think it's like third line, at least third, fourth line. He plays.
That could be another William Karlsson, you know.
Exactly, it definitely is another William Karlsson.
We need to be paying attention as well to
who we
positions that we're taking. Positions.
So we did.
We need it because we need a center.
We do need a center, and he could be the guy.
He is a right wing, but I'm not sure. A lot of wingers can play center.
That's true. They're diverse in that way.
Yeah,
I
think we need a forward. Yeah, I think Confer, but let's if we see a really good center that we should definitely take him.
Yeah, we can change our mind for sure. Like it's gonna happen for sure. All right, Columbus, the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Oh, this one's kind of tough.
The Tortorella-less Columbus Blue Jackets.
Oh, this is tough, dude.
This is tough. I mean, they don't.
Kevin Stenlund.
Man, I don't even know who that is.
I know he had a decent year. He's like a rookie. He was a rookie this season, I think.
Yeah, he's 24. I mean, you could take a chance on him.
Another winger, but I mean, this team is bare bones, bro. I don't think we're gonna be able to pull anybody really good here.
There's a lot of guys here that I didn't even know they were still in the league. I mean, Zach Delp.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, Zach Delp. He's on the Canucks.
Stefan Matteau. It's just I don't know
Scott
who to pick
Harrington.
Here. Yeah, right.
Jesus. Okay. I've heard good things about Kevin Stenlund. I don't know that much about him, but he's pretty much the only name on here that I've heard anything positive about.
Yeah, he's the most appealing player on this team. Also, I want to say something too as well. Rest in peace to the goaltender that died on the team. That's pretty sad, eh?
So sad. Man, we were gonna. I was definitely gonna mention that in the podcast.
We will.
Now that we're on Columbus,
I felt like it was the right time. Just because
it's tremendously sad.
Man, it's just a freak accident.
That's horrible.
So young. I mean, rest in peace, buddy. I heard you're a great guy. So,
I mean, dude, fireworks. Not a joke.
No.
Not a joke.
Don't play around with fireworks.
People think it's hilarious. I'm not saying he was because it was a freak accident, but some people really like to mess around with fireworks, and they're not a joke.
Man, yeah.
So
this stuff happens, so just
all the time.
Oh yeah.
You never hear about it, dude. All the time. People lose fingers, hands, they die. I had a firework shot at me last Canada Day. It was a small one, so it didn't do anything, but it was scary. But
I can imagine that was scary.
I can't imagine what Columbus His name is so hard to pronounce. How do you pronounce it?
Matisse. I don't know how to say his last name. It's just because he's a Finnish goaltender, but he was pretty good actually.
Hold on. Let me look it up.
Okay.
I do want to say his name. I know his name. I just don't want to butcher it horribly.
Yeah, I don't want any disrespect to his name. Apparently, he was a great guy. He's friends with Nathan Gerby, that's on this list too. So,
Matisse. Oh my gosh, dude, you made this hard. Matisse Kivlenieks.
I think that's how you say his name.
Kivlenieks, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry for mispronouncing that if I did, but yeah, horribly sad. I feel horrible for his family.
Me too.
Jackets organization.
He's
his
too
friends.
young.
It's awful.
Too young.
Okay.
All right, back to the mock draft.
Kevin Stenlund.
I think
Kevin
that's the
Stenlund.
guy.
That's the guy.
Another winger, not bad.
Dallas Stars.
See, this is interesting too. They have quite a few defensemen, but they also have an interesting goaltender, I see. And Khudobin, man.
I think we can do better than Khudobin further
you
down
think
the list.
so? Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Probably, but he's kind of proved himself. I guess maybe he fell off this year.
He's a little older now too.
Yeah, 35.
Jason Dickinson. What are Jason Dickinson's numbers like?
I don't know, because he's played majority of his career in the AHL, right?
Yeah.
Dickinson.
I mean, we could take another defenseman here. We could take Jamie Alexiak.
He's pretty good. He's a huge defenseman, man.
Yeah. I mean, Seattle could just really bulk up with, really strong two-way defensemen, defensive defensemen, and that's how they run their game, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to run your team. Right? Jason Dickinson, I mean, he's played a few years. He's actually played quite a few years in the NHL. Steady 20-point guy, 15 points this year. He's a -2 this year. I mean, if he could be on another team, he's a first-round pick by the Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they go with
centers, man.
It is tough for centers.
It's tough for centers. Like maybe Jamie Alexiak, dude. Like maybe we just have a really sick defensive core.
I think they're gonna get a nice defensive core just because how many defensemen are up for grabs. I mean, I think a lot of forwards will be protected over defensemen. But I think Jamie Alexiak.
We got to remember too.
Guy.
We got to remember too that they're probably gonna get beignets.
They are probably gonna get beignets. That's true. Or
That's
who knows?
center as
Owen
well,
Power.
right?
You don't know though. That's the
Or
thing.
Owen Power. Don't know. Yeah, Jamie Alexiak though.
I think that's the only option there.
Detroit.
This is interesting as well. You say
Bobby
Ryan? Bobby Ryan. You know what's weird? My eyes kind of went to Bobby Ryan as well.
Bobby Ryan. Dude.
He has a cheap.
Let him. He's cheap.
Oh wait,
he's a veteran.
His contract's up. His contract's up too.
He'll resign though, because they're gonna be like, Bobby, you get to play top 6 minutes
It's
all the time. And they'd be like, yes.
I mean,
I think it's Bobby Ryan, dude.
I think so too. Like if you look at the other guys on the team, who else are they gonna pick? Franz Nielsen, that's 37 years old.
No.
Probably
Mark
not.
Stahl.
Probably
Danny
not.
DeKaiser at $5 million. No.
No. Their veterans are too
Christian
high cap on here.
DeJuice.
DeJuice. Hey, he was pretty good on Washington, so
he's not bad, but I think it's Bobby Ryan, bro. Definitely Bobby.
Probably Bobby. I'd say Bobby too.
All right. Edmonton. We need a center, bro. Oh my gosh, we need a
James
center.
Neal go again though?
No.
I mean, Kyle Turris doesn't sound bad. He's a pretty. He was nasty in Ottawa. You gotta admit, he was pretty nasty in Ottawa. He fell off in Nashville, but
yeah.
I
thought when Kyle Turris was great, I really liked Kyle Turris.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. We still don't have a center.
I know. I feel like we're gonna run into a great center though, and I don't know. Tyler Benson stands out to me.
What were his statistics like? Assuming they don't protect him, because I thought he was supposed to be a pretty good prospect.
He is supposed to be a pretty good prospect. I mean, at 23 years old, that's a kind of a guy you want to hold on to. But if he's available, I'd take him. He's played 7 games for them, and he's recorded 1 point. I don't know. Maybe they take a chance on losing him.
Maybe like a Jujar Kara.
Yeah,
that's like a fourth line center.
That's a guy.
Or a third line center.
He's a grinder.
Yeah, that's a guy.
He's a grinder.
Yeah, like he's good. I also kind of like Josh Archibald, but we have enough wings. Like I think Jujar Kara might not be a bad take, dude.
Yeah, honestly, you do.
I know. It says Tyson Barrie. I know it says Tyson Barrie and Chris Russell and Adam Larson are all available here, but like, really?
I don't know if they take those guys. Just because they're kind of iffy, but I guess Tyson Barrie, I think he's just going to resign in Edmonton, and they're going to do whatever they can to keep him because Tyson Barrie had an amazing season last year. There's no way they're getting rid of Tyson Barrie. And I don't know. I could see Adam Larson go. I kind of see Adam Larson going. I don't know if they pick. If you had an option, would you pick Adam Larson? I think I would.
I would.
I know we're picking a lot of defensemen here, but I think he's the best option here.
Well, we've drafted our 6th defenseman.
Oh, that's a problem. We could always go back.
It's not. We could just be a really deep defensive team. We really need forwards though.
That's true. Okay, that's got to be a focus.
Centers.
The Florida Panthers, Bryce.
No centers. Oh my gosh, dude. I like Noel Achari. Sam Bennett apparently is a center, but I don't know.
Yeah, he can play center.
He can.
Chris Drieger, or do you pick a better goaltender than that?
See, with goaltending, dude, I'm thinking Holtby.
Oh. Dude, that's like another Fleury storyline there.
Yeah, like I don't know. Holtby and Aiden Hill, like that's not so bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
But Drieger's good too, man.
He is good, but was he only good on Florida? Like, I don't know. Or like last year? Because I don't think in this situation we can pick any centerman there. I don't think they're good enough. Not gonna lie, but
maybe Sam Bennett.
I think it's Sam Bennett. We'll pick another wing. How many wings do we have?
Well, Sam Bennett can play center. That's why he wanted out of Calgary, because they weren't playing him at center.
Oh, there you go. If that's the case, then they can easily play him on center, and he can easily fit into that squad.
Dude, I think Sam Bennett. I think you get enough fire into him.
Man,
give him enough opportunity. I think he's good.
For Florida, he looked really good. He looked like a different player.
Yeah, he's a heart and soul passion guy, right? Like Seattle's gonna need some of that. I don't know, man. That could be kind of a hot pick there, hot take.
18-year-old Sam Bennett.
Sam Bennett's good. Yeah, 18-year-old. He's only 18.
Yeah, with a mustache and bald. So
exactly.
All right, the LA Kings. Jonathan Quick's there.
Lizot. It's Lizot, right? Right?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, like, is he gonna be up? Is he gonna be protected or not?
I don't know. What are his stats?
I'm looking that up.
Oli Matt is okay. A little expensive.
He was better when he was younger. Blake Lizot. Here's an interesting guy. He's an up-and-coming guy.
We're not dying for defensemen here, so.
I mean, he's been pretty good actually. 2019, 2020, 23 points, and
like are they actually not going to be able to protect Lizot?
I don't know. Who do they have that they can pick over him? I don't really know any players that they can pick over him.
I mean, I'm sure they have lots of guys that they have to.
Yeah,
like, no move clause and stuff.
Like Ozzy Kopitar, but like
Dustin Brown.
He would be a good pick. I mean, I've seen Austin Wagner go.
He's not here. Excuse me. He's not.
Dustin Brown.
He's not here. I'm just saying Dustin Brown is probably protected, right?
He probably is, but I can see them maybe like giving him up, just if they don't want to give up Blake Lizot. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they pick a defenseman in this case. Maybe Blake Lizot is the guy. We'll say it because he's available for us. Let's say Blake Lizot because I think he's
available for us.
He's a pretty good centerman. Not gonna lie, he's put up points for the team at a young age. So
okay, yeah, Minnesota. So this is interesting. I like Nick Bukes. Actually,
he just resigned.
They have 4 really good centers here.
Yep.
Who all I think could be good on an expansion team. But then Dumba's available.
Man, you picked Dumba. You don't miss out on Dumba. I don't think you do. Like, you agree with me? Do we want to
go back up and change one of our defensive picks?
I think we do. Review. I think once we review everything, let's go through all the teams and see, just so like we don't keep going back. But I don't think that type of caliber player that Dumba is.
Andrew Hammond,
the Hamburglar.
What? Oh no, we're not picking him. No, okay.
Seattle's like, don't do that.
We take it back. Yeah, I mean, if Dumba's there, absolutely. But if Dumba's not there, man, like I don't think you can go wrong with Hartman, Bukestad, Rask. No. Maybe not Bonino, but
No, I don't think so either. I think Dumba's a guy. I just don't think you can give that kind of guy up. I think they'll be shaking their heads after.
Excuse me. Yeah. Okay.
And he's only signed in
Montreal.
2023 too. This is an interesting team.
Jake Evans ?
He's a great player. Jake Evans
Available?
They scratched Kotkaniemi for this guy in the playoffs.
Available?
He's a nice centerman.
He's going to be available though?
That's a question mark.
Apparently.
It's a question mark.
I mean, like, if he's here, I take him. Jake Evans.
I think Bergevin, whatever his name is, I think he really trusts in Jake Evans. So I don't know if he will be here, but he's here for us. I mean, this is kind of the recommended, like, who's going to be protected, right?
Yep.
That's how we have it set.
I like Jake Evans. Like, yeah, if Jake Evans wasn't there, I would take, like, Lehkonen. I would even consider Paul Byron.
I consider Jake Allen.
Joel Armia is really good. I consider. Yeah, they got some good players here that could potentially get picked.
They do, but maybe I think Jake Evans is a good guy. If he's available, pick him.
Absolutely. Nashville.
The Preds. So this is interesting too because they have Duchesne and Johansson protected. So
they have to.
Yeah, I mean, then do you think about if they take them? Who's Nashville's team? You really don't know. I mean,
Nashville's one of those teams that could really try and like give Seattle things to not take things. Like I would take Kyle Yarncroc,
and that's a valuable guy on their team.
Yeah, I think Nashville might try and like give them
a trade,
Duchesne or Johansson. Yeah, and try and be like, don't take this guy for this. I don't know, but like they're gonna have to hand over prospects too.
I think they will. I mean, I think maybe Seattle gives up one of their future picks for Duchesne or Johansson, just so Nashville can get rid of that cap, and then they'll be able to sign more players as well. While getting that first round pick, and also Seattle gets a great player. I'd take Duchesne, I'd take Johansson. They're still pretty great players. I mean, just maybe not on Nashville. Because
I think for our list, I think we take Yarncroc.
I think for our list, we take Yarncroc as well. I think he's proved himself on Nashville as well. And you have guys like Luke Kunin as well. He's pretty good, but
yeah, he's not bad.
He's not bad, but I agree with you. Yarncroc's a great pick for that Nashville on the Nashville Predators. And there's Pekka Rinne.
Mikael Granlund's here.
No way.
Mikael Granlund's here too.
That'd be an interesting centerman for them. He's kind of he could be a second line center in the NHL.
I mean, we have a lot of wingers. I mean, do we take
Granlund? We take Granlund.
He's expiring.
I'm more of a fan of Granlund over Yarncroc for the Kraken. I agree with that.
Maybe give Granlund like a bit of a redemption.
Yeah. I mean, he was going to get traded at the deadline, but now he's not. So I think we pick Granlund for this. Keep in mind that they want centermen too. Like, especially us right now, we need to pick more centermen, and I think he's a great guy for that.
Absolutely. Okay.
The Devils.
Jersey. Nathan Bastian is young.
Yeah. No, I've heard that he's going a lot, like in a lot of mock drafts as well. Nathan Bastian.
I would take him
just because of his age and he's signed to 2023, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have Subban there, but
absolutely,
that's not happening.
That's not happening. No way.
People would love to see Subban in Seattle, but man, $9 million, he's overpaid. I mean, no way. Igor, I don't even know how to say his last name, is gonna
Sharangovich.
There's no way. There's no way that they're gonna let him go. There's no way.
Yeah, he'll get protected.
He will. I mean, Nick Merkley might be a guy if they need another centerman, but Nathan Bastian's a guy that's been in the talks too. So I think they go with him if they want to go for a nice young winger.
Absolutely. Okay, Islanders.
The Isles. I mean, they came off with a interesting season. Scott Mayfield had a great season. I don't think they give up Mayfield at all. Do they go for a defenseman here? Or like Sebastian Aho, the other Sebastian Aho? I don't know. They're an interesting team.
There.
I've heard Kiefer Bellows. I heard he's the guy that will be the one that would be good.
I was looking at Kiefer Bellows too.
I don't think you pass up Kiefer Bellows. I think he's going to be a great player in the NHL.
He's going to be at least a good bottom sixer.
Oh, yeah. For sure. I mean, I didn't know Joshua Hosang was still on the team. I thought he went to the KHL or something.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going on with
That
Joshua
guy,
Hosang.
that guy wore number 66. You don't do that.
Okay, so we're taking Kiefer Bellows. Rangers. I like Brett Howden.
Yeah, I do too.
Brennan Smith ain't bad. He's a little expensive though for what he brings.
I mean, Julien Gauthier is pretty good.
Gautier's a big body.
He is a big body. He comes from a family of bodybuilders too, so
I think it's between Howden or Gauthier, bro.
I think you pick
honestly.
Howden. I think Howden's more
what were his stats like this year?
Howden. Brett Howden. Howden doing. That was a bad pun. Howden. Good Calgary boy. I mean, 23 points, 19 points, 7 points in 42 games.
He only had 7 points this season.
Yeah. A little bit of a rough season.
How many did Gauthier have?
King Julien Gauthier. Even worse. I mean, he had 8 points.
God, really?
8 points, but he had 8 points, so I mean, you compare the two. I think they're both a minus, but they were on a young New York Rangers team that didn't do the greatest this year. Not what they hoped.
What if we just swing for the fences here and take big Tony DeAngelo?
Tony DeAngelo. No.
Tony DeAngelo.
Man, that's a question mark because a lot of teams were interested in him, but his attitude, I don't think any team really wants him on their squad right now. I think he's a guy that will always be a cancer locker room player, you know. I don't know. I don't think they picked Tony DeAngelo, considering they only have spots for 2 more defensemen on the team. I don't know if they would.
We could take Keith Kincaid for our third string goalie.
He'd be a good goalie. 32 years old, not bad.
It's just like with Gauthier and Howden, like the potential is there. Like the potential is there with Howden. Like Howden can put up points, and maybe Seattle sees that, and they're like, if he gets the opportunity here, you know, maybe he can get back to 25 points, maybe even get 30 points. He's a center. You can never have too many centers.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, I think they go with Howden just considering he can play the center, and you could throw him on the wing. He'd probably be fine. And if you wanted, throw him back to center. You know, he's a good young player.
It's a lot easier to put a center on the wing than a wing on the center.
Exactly. He can do best of both worlds. So I don't think they miss out on Brett Howden. I think that's a good pick for them.
Yeah, Brett Howden. Okay, Sens.
Whew. These guys are interesting. They have a lot of goalies for grabs.
Nick Paul, Austin Watson, some grit.
I think Nick Paul. That's another center though. We're picking too many center now.
I think we have enough centers now, absolutely. But
he's good.
You know, like we were saying, you can never have too many.
No, you can't. I think Nick Paul, just because of his age, and he's had a breakout year this year, and for that cheap contract, he's signed in 2022. I'd pick him, and then you can see where you want to go from there.
Victor Mete's there.
He's interesting as well. I mean, he hasn't like in Montreal. I guess they didn't really care to trade him. They just let him go to Ottawa. I don't know. He was a player I was looking at too, because of the 23 age. I mean, he can play left or right defenseman too. That's pretty diverse. But his contract is up this year, so I think maybe they'd go with Nick Paul, a guy that's under contract, so they have to worry about that, and he's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I like Nick Paul.
I do too.
Okay, Philly. I think they take. I like JVR.
I do too, and I think that's like the kind of the cap guy they need, and I think he'll perform. The only other guy that I would think of is Gostisbehere. I mean, he's pretty interesting. He has struggled the past year.
Interesting.
He is interesting.
Yeah.
That's how to describe Shane Gostisbehere.
I think Scott Lawton's quite a good player too.
He is, yeah.
But I think with the numbers that JVR put up this year, I think it's JVR.
Yeah, JVR. No, yeah, he's like. I mean, I think this year especially, he's had a great season.
His contract only takes him to 34, so he's still, he's not going to be.
Yeah. I mean, they could also trade him too. I think any playoff team would like him.
Yeah,
right?
I think JVR is a good pick.
I think so too. I think he's a great sniper too, and then he's been great on. He had a great season with Philadelphia, and he's been great on Toronto and any team he's been on. So,
yeah,
I agree.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the cap they need. So
Pittsburgh.
I don't know. This is a tough one, actually.
Aston Reese is good. Jared McCann is good.
I'd say Aston
Maybe
Reese.
another defenseman though. Not Mike. No, never mind. No. Zach Aston Reese. Yeah, I like Zach Aston Reese.
Yeah, I think that's the guy they go with. 1 mil. I mean, they have to re-sign him as well, but that's okay.
RFA. He's under control.
Exactly.
Okay, that's easy one.
Yeah, that was quick.
Oh, we have one too many forwards now.
Well, shit.
We'll figure it out. Okay.
Okay. We'll rally. Patrick Marleau. No, just kidding. I don't know. Do we go with a defenseman here, Christian Jaros, or Radim?
Is he good? I don't know anything about him.
Jaros?
I mean, I know Alex True's all right.
Yeah, Alex True. I mean, another sentiment would be bad. I don't know. Nicholas Malach. He's been in the talks. He's 23, and he's pretty good defenseman. I've heard.
I like Milosh.
I like him too. I think that's a guy they can like put on the bench or they put in the minors if they needed to, and I think that's kind of a guy that won't take a spot on the team for the other defenseman that they're taking. So I think they pick him.
Yeah, Milosh. Okay.
Yeah.
St. Louis.
All right.
Vince Dunn's there apparently.
Well, if he's there,
there's no way he'll be there.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, like, if anything, they can use his value for a trade.
Bortuzzo, like, we do need defensemen.
He's a veteran that they can take.
I mean, kind of reminds me of like
Derek Englund.
Englund, yeah.
You're right. Honestly, you're right. Derek Englund is very similar to Robert Bortuzzo. Yeah, let's pick Robert Bortuzzo. Why not?
I like Sammy Blais too. He hasn't reached his potential, but I like him.
I like him too. He was part of that Stanley Cup run that they had. And I think there's also Ivan Barbashev.
Oh, Barbashev.
They have actually some good young players on their team. Sundqvist too is pretty good. Mike Hoffman is kind of interesting. But he's kind of iffy as well. But yeah, let's
Mike Hoffman, eh? That's interesting. That could be like James Neal too.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe they do need a guy like Mike Hoffman.
They like for goals, like Mike Hoffman. We're gonna have to go up and repick a couple, I think.
Yeah.
But
I think Mike Hoffman might be a guy that
if he's available, he's a UFA though. But like we've been saying, hopefully these UFAs see the potential to play a lot in Seattle and they want to take that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Seattle has money to give them, so.
Yeah.
Let's pick
Mike Hoffman.
Yeah. All right.
Tampa Bay.
Okay,
Tyler Johnson.
You think? Yeah, I've seen Tyler Johnson go a lot. I mean, Blake Coleman's also.
See what I'm saying? Though, like Cernak's available. There's no way Cernak is. No,
he has a lot of potential, and he's signed to 2023. They're gonna need him, a player like him, because they're not gonna be able to sign older defensemen back.
Yeah, I think it's Tyler Johnson.
Not Luke Shen.
Not Luke Shen.
Man, two-time Stanley Cup champion, Luke Shen.
Yeah, 2-time. All right.
The Toronto Maple Leafs.
For me, it's Dermott.
Yeah, probably Dermott. I mean, he struggled a bit on the Leafs, so maybe the Leafs are more willing to give him up. If you look at the other guys, they're kind of older. Nick Foligno's going to free agency. Galchenyuk, I think he's kind of washed up already. He's 27. No way Jack Campbell's... I honestly don't... Okay, you know what? This is weird because I kind of see maybe Freddie going. Do you agree?
No, I think Freddie's going to want to hit the market.
So wait,
he's not available. He's not available here.
So wait, is free agency ahead of the expansion draft?
I don't really know how this works.
I know. That's what I'm thinking too. Like I said, we're not TSN analysts, so don't harp on us. But
how does this work? Have we been taking guys we shouldn't have been taking?
That's a good question, Bryce.
Good question. We can go back through it. We'll go back through it.
I mean,
but the difference is does Freddie have a no move clause?
I don't think he does. I can look that up, but I don't think Freddie does.
So then if Then why?
Maybe he
Then
does.
why isn't
Maybe
he
he
showing
does.
up here?
Maybe because
Oh.
he did sign a contract with them, so maybe he does have that, and they decide if he wants to go free agency or if he wants to resign. I don't think. Yeah, maybe they're not allowed to give him up, and that's why he's not here.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. Let's just say that's why.
Okay.
And Dermott's a good pick. Oh, how do you feel? Okay.
Vancouver. It's Holtby. That's the starter.
I mean, the Demko's Vancouver started. It's kind of already decided there. Holtby's a great pick. Another Marc-Andre Fleury. Right?
You don't want this guy? You don't want this guy right here?
Nice
Nah?
$6 million.
You don't want this guy? This guy scores a lot of goals.
Yeah, on his own net.
Come on. He's a good player. Please take. Okay, Holtby.
Yeah, Holtby.
I also really like Hamonic too. I hope Hamonic resigns in Vancouver.
Yeah, no, he's a decent guy. Yeah, but it's Holtby. He's still 31 and he's 4.3. That's pretty cheap for Holtby.
Yep, they get him for only one more year.
Oh yeah.
Washington.
Vanacek.
I don't think he'll be there.
You don't think so?
No, they'll have him protected.
Do you think Lundqvist comes back?
You don't think?
Yeah, no. He's their future goaltender. I mean, besides Samsonov.
Is he? Yeah,
I don't know.
Samsonov,
That's the thing.
I don't know.
That's why I kind of said him. I don't know because Samsonov's there.
If I were them, I would want to take another defenseman. I think I would take TVR.
He'd be a good defenseman to take. He was a part of the Vegas kind of transition. I think he was picked and traded and then to Carolina. I think that's how it worked. I don't know. I like Brandon Dillon, but he has a little bit of cap on him.
Little expensive, yeah.
Little expensive. But I mean,
we have Dumba, like
that's true, very true. Yeah, TVR is actually pretty cheap, eh? He signed.
Yeah, he signed
for quite a bit.
Signed for 2 more, right? So I like TVR.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Another defenseman for them.
Winnipeg. When I did my dry run, I picked Eric Comrie for the 3rd string.
See, I don't know about Eric Comrie. Is he declining?
I don't think he's gonna hit his ceiling, but I think he's all right.
I think he's all right too.
Well, Adam Lowry's here. Like, I don't.
Yeah,
is Adam Lowry gonna be there? No way.
That's the thing too. I think, or Logan Stanley, he's an up and coming guy. Tucker Pullman, Jordy Bent. He's not bad either.
There are good players here that I can't imagine being there.
No, I don't know what this auto draft is, or auto protect is smoking, but
I don't.
But I mean, if let's consider that they're not going to be there, and maybe pick a guy that we think is going to be there in this list.
We do need a goalie. We do need one more goalie.
Eric Comrie could be the guy,
or it could be even Brassard. I don't know. Comrie's not bad.
Yeah, he's younger than Brassard, so I mean, I don't know if Adam Lowry's if he's there, I'd take him. But I don't know.
If he's there, I'd take him 100%. If he's there, I'd take him.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not sure. All right, we can review our team now.
Is Vegas not included in this?
They're exempt.
Wow, I guess that makes sense, right? Because they were an expansion team themselves.
Yeah.
So is this the team?
So we have 17 out of 14 forwards, 10 out of 9 defensemen, and we hit our minimum 3 goalies. We don't have enough 2021, 2022 contracts.
Oh, that's
we
a
only have
thing.
16 out of 20.
That's a thing.
Okay, hold on. So we got to fix that.
We do have to fix that.
So we've taken
there are
too
some
many guys who expire.
There are some guys that we can change, I think.
Yeah, we've taken too many guys that expire. JFK might be a guy that we want to change.
I would change him, maybe for an older player. Mike Riley.
Maybe like
oh no, he expires too.
He expires. Lizon.
I'll go with Lizon.
Lizon.
They can't.
Okay.
That's Clifton.
All right. Oops. Okay. Buffalo. We took Jake Mccabe. He expires, but I like the Mccabe.
I like McCabe too.
Calgary. There's nothing there to change really.
No.
Brady Shea is good. Zadorov.
He might be a guy to change.
Maybe we take Calvin DeHaan.
I think so too. I mean, he has a little bit of cap on him, but he's a good veteran.
Yeah, JT Confer.
Oh yeah, picking him.
He's good. Stenlund is good.
He's good.
Jamie Oleksiak expires.
We can change him.
To what?
Is Vatanen?
Blake?
Oh, Vatanen's up. Vatanen's up. I mean, he'd be.
I don't know if there's anything to change here.
Yeah, there's not really much to offer in Dallas. I mean, yeah, Dickinson's up too, so yeah, let's keep him.
I like the Bobby Ryan pick. I don't think we changed that.
No, yeah, we can't change Bobby Ryan. Adam Larson, we can change Adam Larson. I mean, he's one of the best defensemen available, but I don't know if that is the best pick for them if they're gonna need contracts.
Yeah.
Archibald, are you going to it? Or oh yeah, Archibald, Turris.
Archibald's good.
Yeah, I see them taking Archibald. He's kind of proved himself. Doesn't he play with McDavid sometimes too? So.
Yeah, I think he's a good grinder. Sam Bennett might be one. Like maybe like we change it to Noel Acciari.
Yeah, pretty similar player I think too.
Yeah, Noel Acciari is quite good and he's cheaper.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the right amount of contracts now, but we can quickly go through this if we want.
Okay.
Lizot's fine. Dumba's good. Even though I'd be surprised if he was there. Jake Evans is good. Yeah, I'd be surprised though. Granlund.
I think that's the guy we can change.
You think so? Like we could say that Granlund gets re-signed by them. I don't know. Maybe we go Yarncroc.
No, I like Granlund. I think they need that kind of centerman like Granlund. He's more bona fide than Yarncroc is. I think so. I think they need him. Even
players who are projected to meet the exposure requirements are highlighted in green. So maybe we shouldn't be taking these guys. Hold on. Look it up right now. Can Seattle draft players who expire in 2021?
I think they can. They definitely can.
They definitely can because we only need 2021 contracts and we have to make 30 picks.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Obviously, you have wiggle room to draft some guys.
Yeah, I know. Because it says 20 or 20. I think you just have to meet a certain number.
Okay. So we can keep Granlund. Yep. We keep Bastian. We keep Bellows. We keep Howden. We keep Nick Paul. We keep JVR. Aston Reese is fine. We have Milosh here. That's kind of I don't even know. Hoffman, that's an interesting pick to me, but I think he goes there because he's going to get to play top 6.
And he's a guy that can play really well in the top 6.
Tyler Johnson's a good pick. I think he'll bounce back.
Yep.
In Seattle, absolutely. Dermott, absolutely.
Yep.
Holtby, absolutely. TVR, that's a good pick.
Actually, can we go back to Toronto?
Yep.
Dermott just signed a 2-year contract. I don't know if that affects anything.
Unless there's a no move clause in it.
No, definitely not on Dermott. But I don't know if they want to keep him. I guess they could give him up. He could be a guy that they just want to give up, but they're not giving up Hall. There's no way. He's one of their top D now. So.
Well, it's not really their choice if they can't protect them. Like unless they make moves to protect him.
They might. I don't know. It's a question mark. But Dermott, I've seen a lot for expansion drafts. Okay, let's keep him. I was just a little hesitant after that 2-year contract.
I think Dermott's a good pick. It's not up to the Leafs. Like
no,
yeah, okay.
Unfortunately.
Holtby. Yep.
Yeah.
TVR.
Man, you know what I realized? We put in the Van Riemsdyk brothers together.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
There we go.
Nice storyline.
Okay, let's view the team.
All right.
So our top line could be something like JVR, Tyler Johnson, and like Noel Acciari.
Pretty solid. Would you put
our second
Hoffman?
line could be? I was gonna say our second line could be Hoffman, Beignets, and Comfer.
Ooh, that is interesting. I like that. A lot of these guys can play either wing or center, eh?
Yeah. Third line could be like Jake Evans, Nick Paul, Nathan Bastian, or Lizot.
Yeah.
Fourth line could be. Oh, we also have Bobby Ryan too. He can be slotted in kind of anywhere too.
Where's Granlund going?
And did we keep Granlund?
Yeah.
Oh, we did. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe Beignets plays third line then.
Maybe he's a little younger. I don't know. Maybe he plays in Michigan next year.
True, you never know.
Yeah.
He's a second rounder. He doesn't have to come over right away. This team's actually kind of filthy. Like it's not that bad.
No, they could definitely go deep in the playoffs, I think. Or
It's
be
not
close
that
to
bad,
it.
dude. We have a good blend of scoring and grit. Like we got scorers like Johnson, Granlund, JVR, um, Lizot, Bobby Ryan if he plays well,
Yep.
Hoffman. Like, and then we've got good grit too with Archibald. Comfer's a physical player, right? Brett Howden's a physical player. Aston Reese is a physical. Kiefer Bellows. Levo's a big guy, right? Like that's not bad. That's really
No,
not bad.
not at all. I think it's a solid forward core. Bit of
Yeah,
points, pretty young and a little bit of veterans as well.
a lot of youth in there.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that too.
I like that.
I can tell you build a team. So
Defense, top pairing,
Whew.
Shea, Dumba. Woo.
Man, this is a pretty nasty team.
Second pairing, Larson, Dermott. Fourth pairing could be a combination of any of these guys.
Lawson,
Alexiak, Lizon,
Mccabe, Nicholas Milosh or Milake, whatever he says his name. I think he will go to the minors for sure.
Yeah, minors for sure. But then the rest, like that's not bad. And then Braden Holtby in the net, Aiden Hill backing up, Comrie in the minors.
Yeah, I see that happening.
That's not bad. And what's our cap at? We are at. That's not right. Oh, projected cap hit 49 million. We have 31 million in space.
That's pretty solid. So they can maybe sign guys in free agency as well. I mean, there's some hot names in free agency.
That's not too bad, eh?
Not too shabby. Not too shabby. If I
That's
say so
not
myself.
bad, dude. Seattle's gonna have a good little team here. I like that.
I think they make a run for the playoffs, at least first round. I think so, or at least close to first round. Like they won't be the bottom team.
Yeah, and not to mention, dude, all of the this list might not be totally accurate here, but there's gonna be a lot of teams that are gonna try to dump high salary players on them who might necessarily still be really good players.
Yep.
But other teams just can't afford them, right? So they could take on a couple more guys who are worth 5 million and still have 20 million in cap.
Easily, and I think that's an important thing to have too if you're building this team. I don't know. I see them being the next Vegas Golden Knights. If this is the case, if this is how they're going to pick the team, and I don't know if they're going to make any trades, just to protect players. Like some teams definitely will. It's happened in the past, so I don't know. I like the team.
We got a lot of centers too. We got a lot of centers too.
But a lot of the centers, can play the wing though. That's what I like.
Yeah, absolutely. You got some players that you're taking a risk with, right? Like Bobby Ryan. Like you don't know what you're gonna get with Bobby Ryan, but if it works out, it's amazing. If it doesn't work out, it's fine.
No, yeah, he's that
Michael
veteran
Granlund's
presence
the same
too.
thing. Yep. This team is not bad, not bad at all.
Not too shabby. I mean, the goaltenders are pretty decent too, right? Braden Holtby is obviously the starter, and then you got Aiden Hill as the backup. But you
Who has potential?
You can also call up Eric Comrie, who also has potential. 25, 26, pretty young players, goaltenders, right?
Yeah,
I like this team.
I'm excited.
I am
excited
too.
for this.
And let's take into maybe that won't be the protected players list too. There might be some other guys that are up for grabs, but I think this is pretty similar to what it's going to be like.
I think we've definitely nailed some picks.
I think so too.
But like we said, a lot of teams can still make moves to try and finagle their protection lists to be able to protect certain guys. So guys like Dumba might not be there. So it's just about what teams are willing to give up to have their players get protected.
Yep, exactly. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of people that probably disagree with us, like our picks here. There always is, but there's gonna be some players that some people are gonna agree with the picks that we picked and all the players that we picked. So,
I mean, regardless, you can't deny this is a pretty decent hockey team.
I wouldn't mind this if this was my NHL franchise mode team. I definitely try to win a cup with this team. So.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
No.
All right. I guess that's it.
I guess it is.
Thank you guys. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a lot of fun. We can't wait to see what it looks like when the real thing happens. That's all I got to say. What do you got to say?
Check out our podcast that comes out every week.
Listen
Fourth
to the
Liners podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.
Listen to it. It's everywhere.
Listen, it is everywhere. I mean, it's a must listen. Also, comment if you agree with any of our picks. Like, we like to hear your input in all our videos. on our last video, we had a lot of input. I loved it. I try to respond to every person that comments. I don't care. Harp on us if you want. Like, I love those negative comments. It just fuels us more. We also love the
call us out for our bad picks. I want to know why you're wrong. I want to know why you're wrong.
Exactly.
You know?
We want to prove you wrong. So just comment those negative comments. I mean, also the positive comments. We appreciate you all. This has been a fun video. Hey, Bryce?
Oh, yeah, it's a great one. I like this. And honestly, thank you to like Capfriendly for having something like this. This is such a cool tool.
Great setup.
I love this.
Great setup. Yeah. Everyone do this yourselves. It's very fun.
All right. Yeah, okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
See you guys.